86.
This is Sheikh Dawood Parveen, Assistant Professor, Department of CSE, Chevron Engineering College. Introduction to Managerial Economics. So in this introduction to managerial economics, we already understood about what is the definition of a managerial economics. What is the definition of a managerial economics? That is, the managerial economics is defined by Spencer and Siegelman and Brigham and Pappas as the application of economic theory and methodology to day-to-day business practices. So next is what is the nature of managerial economics. In this nature of managerial economics, the first nature is close to microeconomics. Second one, that is it operates against the backdrop of macroeconomics. Next of all, that is the managerial economics is depends upon a normative statement such as a right or wrong, good or bad. Next one is it is a goal oriented or prescriptive action. And next nature is it is applied in nature. By the help of it builds different models. By the help of these models, that is it is applied in a nature. And next nature of a managerial economics is it offers scope to evaluate each alternative. That is, a managerial economics offer number of alternatives to choose the best one. That is called as a offer scope to evaluate each alternative. The managerial economics provide an opportunity. It's provide an opportunity to evaluate each alternatives in terms of its cost and revenue. To evaluate each alternative in terms of its cost and revenue. That means the managerial economics provide for taking any decision in the organization. The manager wants to take any decision in the organization, as in a production, in marketing, or in a financing. So for this solution, for this decision making, the managerial economics does not give only a single solution to the problem, or that is, it does not contain only one alternative. It contains number of alternatives. From these number of alternatives, that is, the manager choose the best one, which gives lowest cost and highest revenue to the organization. That is, for the effective decision making, the managerial economics provides number of alternative solutions depending upon the company's position and depending upon the competition in the market. He take the decision, or he gives a optimum solution to the problem. Next one is it is an interdisciplinary. Managerial economics is an interdisciplinary. Interdisciplinary means the managerial economics is interlinked with different subjects. That is, the contents, tools and techniques of managerial economics are drawn from different subjects. The different subjects are interlinked with managerial economics, and in the managerial economics, the manager uses the different tools, techniques and contents of the managerial different subjects, tools, contents and techniques for taking effective decision in the organization. So these different interlinking subjects are such as organizational behavior, psychology, mathematics, statistics. So these are the different interlinking subjects of a managerial economics. So this interdisciplinary, we clearly explained about interdisciplinary in the next class. That is how the managerial economics is interlinked with different subjects. So the next topic is that is scope of the managerial economics. What is the scope of a managerial economics? In nature of managerial economics, we are clear, that is, we are able to understand about what is the nature and what are the features of a managerial economics. So in scope of managerial economics, that is, in which areas the managerial economics is applicable. In which areas we apply the managerial economics. That means that what are the manager decision areas and how the managerial economics is helpful in these manager decision areas. First of all, that is in the role and scope of managerial economics, there are the different management decision problems. Management decision areas are the price decision, input output decision, demand decision, production decision. So in all these decision areas, the manager apply the economical principles, concepts and tools and techniques of different subjects, that is he give optimal solution to the problem. This is the scope of a managerial economics. Is the managerial economics is applicable in demand decision, production decision, investment decision and in output decision to give optimal solution to the problem. This is the scope of a managerial economics. So now we discuss about what are the different decision areas of a managerial economics, or where in which areas the managerial economics is applicable. The first decision area is, first one is demand decision. In scope of managerial economics, that is first one is demand decision. Demand. So demand means that is the what everyone supported by the everyone supported that to will to purchase a particular product is called as a demand. So in this demand decisions, that is the demand means what is the demand for a product, what is the demand for a given product in the market is called as a demand. So for estimating this demand and for analyzing about the demand, the managerial economics use for estimating the demand or for analyzing about the demand, the managerial economist uses the concepts of managerial economics such as the elasticity of demand and demand forecasting. They use the elasticity of demand and demand forecasting tools and techniques for estimating about the demand. That is, to analyze and forecasting of demand for a given product and service is the first task of a managerial economist. For this, he used the determination of elasticity of demand and demand forecasting. For this, that is, he used the elasticity of demand. That means what is the elasticity, what nature occur in a demand. That means what are the changes occur in a demand depending upon the market or depending upon the factors, how the demand change for a product. And demand forecasting means to estimate about the future demand. What is the demand in future, that is what is the demand for after 1 year and what is the demand after 2 years. So depending upon this demand forecasting, the producer purchase the raw material depending upon the demand and hire the employees, and as well as that is you produce the output depending upon the demand. So for this demand decision, the managerial economist use the managerial economical principles such as a elasticity of demand and demand forecasting. So the next one is scope of managerial economics. The scope of managerial economics second area is production decision. So in this production means a conversion of input to output is called as a production. So in this production, the manager's responsibility is not only to convert the input into output, that is to produce the output with lowest cost, to produce the output with less cost by the help of different production function and cost function. That is to produce the output with very less cost and as a quality product. So for this, he uses the production function and cost function techniques. Here the cost of input in relation to output are studied to optimize profits. For this, manager studied production function and cost function, the relationship between output both in cost and output both in short run and long run. So in conversion of output, that is the manager uses these economical principles in producing the output with less cost and highest quality, and at the same time that is the what is the relationship between cost and output in a short run and long run. The next scope of managerial economics is price output decision. Price output decision. Price means that is the producer fixed a particular price to the product depending upon the expenses. That is the depending upon the expenses, the producer fix a particular price to the product, that is called as a price. So what is the relationship between price and output? That be depending upon the quantity of output or quality of output, how to fix the price. For fixing these prices, the managerial economists use the economical principles such as a pricing methods and strategies, that is depending upon the customer's behavior or depending upon the market competition, how to fix the prices and what methods we choose for fixing the price for a particular product. For example, if you observe, that is some companies are fixing the product price as a, that is if you fixing the price as a, that is a packs, like as that is to fix the product price as a two products at a particular price, three products different price. And if you purchase the product as a bulk, so automatically they reduce the price upon the product. So that is a one of the technique in fixing the price for a product. And some companies fixes the price as a 99 rupees, 999 rupees. So these are the one of the technique, that is one of the technique which gives customers or which motivate or which attract the customer by the help of decreasing 1 rupee, that is the product price decrease as a decrease 1 digit. This is the one of the method to purchase, to fix the price upon the product. Price output decision, in this how price is determined in each of these competitive situations. That means some companies fixes very high price upon the product, some companies fixes very less price. So the price fixing is one of the critical decision to the manager. If the company is a single company which produce a particular product in the market, which sell the particular product in the market, so automatically the companies fixes very high price, because there is no option to the customer by fixing the highest price. So in these situations, the companies fixes very high price and the customers are ready to purchase the product with this high price also, because there is no option. So in some situations, there are number of companies are producing the same type of the products. So in this situation, if you fix the product price as a very high, so the sales for the product decreases. So depending upon these competitive situations, as the company is monopoly means as a it is a single seller, duopoly means as it is a two sellers, oligopoly means few sellers. Depending upon these sellers or competition in the market, the company fixes the product price. If the company fixes very high price upon the product, in competitive situations its sales decreases. Or if fix a very less price upon the product, so in some situation it give losses to the company. So the managerial economists take the help of a pricing methods and strategies for fixing a price upon the particular product. So this is the price output decision. Next one is a profit related decision. In this profit related decisions, here we employ the techniques such as a break-even analysis, cost reduction, cost control and ratio analysis for getting profits. These are the profit related decisions. So profit is very important to each and every company. If the company is in profits, so the company the management is ready to run the company in a long run. Or the company does not give profits, automatically there is the company management is ready to close the company. So profits are very, that is a depend, the company's complete life is depend upon the profits of the company. So in this profit related decisions, how the company gains profits, how the company increases its profits is the company increases its profits by the help of a reducing the cost. Cost means expenses, that is the expenses for producing the output is very less. The expenses for producing the output is very less, so automatically it gives more profits. So how to reduce the company's production cost? How to reduces the cost? For reducing the cost, it uses the cost reduction technique. And how to control the cost? How to control the cost means in some companies, some cost, some expenses as a some cost or some unnecessary cost are occurs. So how to avoid or how to control this unnecessary cost? So that is the one of the technique in a managerial economics. And ratio analysis. So ratio analysis, that is, it tells about what is the position of the company, that is the company's profit, what are the profits and what are the losses of the company. So for taking the decisions in a profit related areas, the managerial economics use the techniques of a break even analysis, cost reduction, cost control and ratio analysis for getting profits. Next decision area is investment decision. So in general, investment means that is the capital. So capital means that is very expensive, that is to invest in the organization is very expensive. So the manager's one of the task is, that is, the manager is ready to invest the amount or to increase the capital in the organizations. That is how to invest the amount in the organization. That means in which project the company get more returns on his capital, in which projects gives more profits and which gives less profits. So depending upon this capital budgeting, decisions of a managerial economics are helpful to the manager for taking important decisions about a investment. The investment decision, this is called as a capital budgeting decision. The capital has expensive, hence it is to be utilized in such a way to maximize the return on capital invested. Utilized in such a way to maximize the return on capital invested. It is necessary to study the cost of capital, choice of capital structure and investment projects before the funds are committed. Before the funds are committed in the organization, the manager knows about what is the choice of capital structure and investment projects and what is the cost of capital. Next decision areas and last decision area of a managerial economics is economic forecasting and forward planning. Economic forecasting and forward planning. Economic forecast leads to forward planning. Economic forecasting leads to forward planning. Economic forecasting means that is to forecast or to estimate about the future economical position of a company is called as a economic forecasting. Depends upon the company's economical position in future, that is the company make the plans, that is future planning in the organizations. So economical position means that is after 1 year what is the economical position of a company. If the company has huge resources or the company has amount to invest in the organization, so the economical position is better. In future the company's economical position is very better. So in these situations, that is the company planned about in which projects to invest the amount, and at the same time how to increase its production, and how to occupy the different marketing areas for marketing our goods. So these are the main for depending upon the economic forecasting. The external and internal factors influences this decision relating to production, human resources, marketing and finance. It is necessary to forecast the trends in the economy to plan for the future in terms of investment, production and market. In terms of investment, production and market. Production and market. It is necessary to forecast the trends in the economy to plan for the future in terms of investment, production and market. This will minimize risk and uncertainty about future. If you analyze about or if you estimate about the future economical position of a company, so it minimizes the risk and uncertainty about future. So that is the company is in a perfect planning depending upon its financial positions. So these are the different application areas of a managerial economics or a scope of managerial economics is applied in a demand decision, production decision, price output decision, profit related decision, investment decision, economic forecasting and forward planning. So these are the different decision areas of a managerial economics. Next of all, what are the interlinking subjects of managerial economics? Linkage with other subjects or disciplines. What are the interlinking subjects of a managerial economics? The first interlinking subjects of a managerial economics is that is we already discussed about the interlinking or interdisciplinary means. That means that is a managerial economics is not a single subject. It is the combination of different subjects, and at the same time the managerial economics uses the tools and contents from different subjects for taking effective decisions in the organization. The first interlinking subject of a managerial economics is economics. Economics, we know about the economics. Economics means the study of wealth is called as a economics. If it is a individual wealth or a national wealth, or it is to study about a single firm or whole industry, that is called as a economics. So in this concept of managerial economics is basically economical concept. Managerial economics is basically it is an economical concept, because the managerial economics main purpose also increasing the income, and economics main concept is that is to spend and earn the money. If the economist is concerned with the study of markets, the managerial economy is the study of impact of such markets on the performance of a given firm. If the economist is concerned with the study of market, managerial economics study the impact of such markets on the performance of a given firm. Economist study about the market, and managerial economics studies about the performance such market on the performance of a given firm. Economics deals with theoretical concepts, and managerial economics is the application of these in real life situation. Economics deals with the theoretical concepts. So what is the economic deals with the theoretical concepts of a spending and earning money, and the managerial economics apply these concepts in a real life situation for earning the money and spending the money. And managerial economists both are concerned with the problems of scarcity and resource allocation. Both are the economics and managerial economics both are concerned with the problems of scarcity and resource allocation in the organization. Next interlinking subject of managerial economics is operations research. Operation research is one of the subject. So to start this subject at the time of the first, or to give importance to the operation research subject, is at the time of the Second World War. At the time of the Second World War, that is the military force uses this operations research for winning their operation. The operation means war. So for winning their war, they uses the operation research subject. So in the operation research, that is the decision making is the main focus of a operation research. And managerial economics main focus is also decision making. Managerial economics focus on problems of decision making, and operation research focus on managerial problems. Operation research techniques are linear programming, queuing, transportation, optimization. So these are the different techniques of a operations research. In linear programming, by the help of the different type of the graphs, it gives solution to some problems. In a queuing and transportation models, it find out the route which gives lowest transport cost to the material. In transportation technique, we use different type of routes, which route gives a lowest cost in production. That means lowest cost of transportation. As these techniques are useful to the manager for minimizing of cost and maximization of revenue. Minimizing the cost and increasing the revenue or income of the organization. So that is one of the interlinking subject of managerial economics is a operations research, and this operation research main focus is decision making. For taking decisions, for decision making, it uses the linear programming, queuing, and transportation techniques. And the managerial economics also main purpose is that is to minimize the cost and maximize the revenue. With the help of this managerial economics, to give optimal solution to the managerial problems. Next interlinking subject of managerial economics is mathematics. Managerial economics use tools and techniques of mathematics such as algebra, calculus, exponential, input-output tables, and vectors for decision making and forward planning. The different techniques of mathematics are helpful to the manager for calculating about the economical position of a company, and that is useful for forward planning about the organization. Next interlinking subject is statistics. We know about the statistics. It is the mainly the statistic technique is that is to analyze about cause and effect relationship. Analyze about cause and effect relationship. In this statistics, the managerial economics uses the probability. That is to avoid some uncertainty and risk in the organization. To avoid uncertainty in the and risk in the organization. So depending upon these statistic techniques, that is he estimate about the what is the effects occur in future. If you take any decision, what are the effects occur in future. So that type of the cause and effect relationship is very useful to the managerial economist. So the managerial economist depends upon statistics. This statistics deals with different techniques to analyze cause and effect relationship. It also empowers the manager to deals in risk and uncertainty through probability and averages, measures of dispersion, correlation, regression, time series analysis, and interpolation. These techniques are conceptual based in managerial economics. So this is the interlinking between statistics and managerial economics. Next interlinking subject of a managerial economics is accountancy. So in general accounting is very important. Accountancy is very important to the organization. Each and every organization maintain its own accounts. Each and every organization maintain its own accounts. The accounts maintenance means that is to enter the day-to-day transaction in a accounting book. Each and every company accountant enter the day-to-day transactions in a accounting book. Day-to-day transactions means that is the what are the purchasing occur and what are the sales, and next what are the bills we receive and what bills we pay. So today what is the profit to the company and what is the loss to the company. So this type of the information is available in a accounting book. So the accountant maintain this accounting book which gives the day-to-day information. By the help of this day-to-day information, the manager takes the decisions. If the company is in profits or losses, if the manager have the knowledge about if the company is in profits or in losses, so depending upon the company's position, he take decisions in future, or it is also very helpful in present decision making also. The accountant provide accounting information relating to cost, revenues, receivables, payables, profits and loss. This forms basis for managerial economics. The managerial economics depends on accounting data for decision making and forward planning. And next interlinking subject of a managerial economics is psychology. In this psychology, how the customer react to a given change in price or supply, and its consequential effects on demand or profits is the main focus of a study of managerial economics. So that is in general the psychology means that is to study about the human mentality or to study about the human behavior or attitude is called as a psychology. Psychology is also very helpful to the organization in taking decisions. That is the if the producer or if the marketing manager knows about the psychology of the customer, so it is very helpful in his decision making. So that is the each and every organization to understand about the what is the attitude of the customers, what is the attitude of customers, suppliers, investors and employees. So that is the for fixing a price upon the particular product. You for for fixing a price upon the particular product, the producer knows about what is the psychology of a customer. That means if you observe the human psychology, there are different groups of customers are available in the market. Each group of customer psychology is different when comparing to other groups, because some groups customers psychology is they give importance to a quality. Price is not considered, they do not consider the price, they only give importance to a quality. But some group customers, so they do not consider the quality, only they consider about the price of the product. If the price of the product is very less, they are ready to buy, they do not consider about the what is the quality of a product. And some group customers, so that is some group of customers, they are ready to purchase the product as a bulk quantity, ready to purchase the product as a bulk quantity. So that is for this analyzing, that is it is necessary for to understand about what is the behavior of the customer or how to react the customer depending upon the quality and quantity. So by analyzing about these all situations, the producer fixes the price to different prices, to fix different prices upon the product which covers different customer groups, and at the same time suppliers. That is the suppliers means that is the who supply the raw material to our company. So depending upon that is it is necessary to understand about the attitude of suppliers. Attitude of suppliers means that is the how they react with the company's orders, and what is their attitude, for collecting the amount from the company. And investors means shareholders are the investors. So what is the attitude of the investor? If our share value increases from time to time, each and every investor is ready to invest in our company. If the share value is increases but the increasing is not at a sufficient rate, so the investor is ready to sell his shares and he move to other companies. So depending upon the investor's attitude, how to increase the share value or how to maintain a particular value to the share. Next one, employees. So employees attitude, that means what is the attitude of employees in the organization, so how they work in the organization, so what type of facilities to motivate the employees towards the organization. So these are also very important for organization, that is in taking a important decision in the organization, in fixing the product price or to send a order to the supplier, to maintain the employees long run in the organization. And next one is that is the last one is last interlinking subject of a managerial economics is organizational behavior. The organizational behavior enables the managerial economist to study and develop behavioral models of the firm, integrating manager behaviors with that of the owner. That is the organizational behavior means that is to study about the behavior of organization. Organization means employees, management, separate. So these are all called as a organization. That is to study about the behavior of employees and management in the organization is called as a organizational behavior. That is to maintain the employees in the long run, or that is to motivate the employees towards the work. The manager know about the behavior of the employees, and at the same time it tells about the to maintain good relationship between employees and management. How to maintain good relationship? So this good relationship creates a pleasant environment in the organization. It creates a pleasant environment in the organization. So how to maintain a pleasant and a good relationship environment in the organization? So in this, that is the managerial economist knows about the, he studies about the organizational behavior. So in this organizational behavior, if the manager, that is if the manager behavior is good with the employees, so the employees are ready, that is to work in the organization, and they are ready to take the organizational work as a initiation, and they are ready to fulfill the organizational goals. And at the same time, that is if the employees gives respect to the manager, if the employees gives respect to the manager, so automatically it creates a pleasant environment in the organization. So for analyzing about this, each and every managerial economist knows about the study of organizational behavior. So these are the interlinking subjects of managerial economics. These interlinking subjects of managerial economics means how the managerial economics is interlinked with economics, what is the relationship between economics and managerial economics, and what is the relationship between operations research and managerial economics, what is the relationship between mathematics and managerial economics, what is the relationship between statistics and managerial economics, and how the accountancy is very helpful in the managerial economics, and how the psychology and organizational behaviors are very helpful to the organization moves towards the success. So these are the different interlinking subjects of a managerial economics. So with the help of this scope, nature and interlinking subjects, we are the concept of a introduction to managerial economics is completed. The introduction to managerial economics contain the concepts of what is the definition of a managerial economics, and what is the nature of managerial economics, what are the applicable areas or scope of managerial economics, and what is the interlinked subjects or interdisciplinary action of managerial economics. So this is the first concepts in a first unit, introduction to managerial economics. Thank you.